Welcome to Rust Revival Garage. My name is Tim. In a previous video I talked about painting my 1968 Pontiac LeMans. Of course, a lot of people said in the comments, no, don't do it, you'll ruin it, because they figured out that I'm probably pretty clueless when it comes to painting, and taking on such a big project for the first time can be pretty daunting. A lot of people also said, hey, if you paint it and it looks nice, you're going to be afraid to drive it because it's going to be perfect and you're not going to want to park it anywhere, get the dents and dings and paint chips from just having the car out there, right? So I tried to figure out what was my best option. Wrapping it was an option I had mentioned in the previous video, but that's hit or miss, and it's still taking off all the stuff, still sanding the car, still fixing all the little dents and everything like that. So that might be too much, but I think I have a plan. Let me know what you think. Let's get to it. Okay, so what I wanted to do was see if I could get my paint color matched. The problem is I've never done that before. So what I decided to do is go online, went onto Google and typed in auto paint matching services near me. And I came up with a place called PBE Pros. Let's check them out.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so this place was not open when I could come over here, but I reached out to the owner and he was really kind enough to let me come in and check the place out, see how it works, let an idiot like me figure out how we can solve this problem with my car.
How's it going?
Good. Well, I've got a really bad paint job on a 1968 Pontiac LeMans, and it's not stock. So what that means is I need to see if I can touch up all the little tweaks and nicks and problems that are on there without painting the whole car.
Yeah.
But it's a 30, maybe 35-year-old paint job, and that means that and it wasn't a very good paint job, as you'll see. So I kind of want to know if it's possible that we can do this.
Absolutely.
So it's, you know, I don't know how it works, but so if you can kind of let me know.
Absolutely. We got a camera that can help with that process. What it does is it takes pictures at 5 different angles and then it mimics the light, so it gets a really good reading on what it should look like.
Cool.
So yeah, let's go out and take a look.
All right.
It definitely has seen better days.
Oh, yeah.
I would say it's not the best, but honestly, it's not the worst I've seen.
Yeah, the car itself is pretty straight. That's why I thought,
it's straight solid.
I mean, I could sand this all down and try to figure out how to paint the whole thing, but then I'd have to match up the door jambs and the under the hood and all. I mean, I thought, you know what, with just these little bits here and there, a couple little spots, maybe I could touch it up, but how do you match a paint that's, I swear to God, this was probably an Earl Scheib job or one of those Mako paint jobs, like $199.95, I'll paint any car. And I think it's a single stage paint, but if I rub on it too hard, the paint comes off.
That usually lets you know it's a single stage because it will pull the pigment from it.
Yeah.
Clear coat wouldn't do that. You would just keep dulling the clear and it would just go flatter look. But when you pull pigment, that's how you can tell it was a single stage enamel.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, it's okay job for back then, but you can definitely see that it had some issues. So what we're going to look for is like the most consistent area that's not light and dark, because if you see there's some blotchiness where you see more bold color here and then it's more faded here. So
yeah, that's where it's like you wouldn't want to do it from the top or the trunk where the California sun really faded that out.
Yeah, kind of what I see that's most consistent is kind of like in this pocket right here. The metallics, there's modeling but not a whole lot, so right in here is a good picture to get for it to test and see how it looks.
Cool.
Let's get this thing fired up.
And it doesn't help to do like something down low where it's not been exposed to the sun, because that would be maybe too true of a color.
It'd be too true. And then where you're touching up is everywhere that's nothing really hits down here. I mean, some rocks every once in a while, but most of your damage is to the more sun faded area where we want to try to match it more true for you.
Okay.
So yeah, we're fired up now. We just have to place it on the panel. It makes 4 points of contact. One picture. Lift up. Second picture, lift up. And then it works its magic inside, and that's pretty much it on how we start with the color and see how it looks.
All right, now I have a question.
Yes, sir.
It's
let me save this so we don't.
Oh, no worries. Is this something that's going to take like a week to get
No,
made up? Or
we do it on the spot.
you can do it on the spot?
Yes, sir. Long as we're not, 10 deep in our lobby, we can do it within 15 minutes max.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
While I wait, I can have a paint color matched to this car.
Yes.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
All right, so I do not want to find out about your secret techniques on how to blend all of this together, but could you kind of give me a little tour, I guess, to see what happens and where you do it and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, this is kind of your area where we just have the products when you come in to look through everything as far as our detailing and stuff like that. We'll give you a tour of the back. So yeah, basically we put it in this machine, it compresses your paint through this mixing lid, becomes one, then you're good to go. This shows all the colors we added in the binders, which makes it stick, gives you adhesion to help with the product, and that's pretty much it.
That's cool. Wow, that crappy paint has a lot of colors.
Yeah, that's what will blow your mind.
What is that, magenta, red, shadow?
This is a white. This is another maroon. That's your metallic, two different metallics. This is your heavy coarse, and this is your finer one.
And there's even black in there.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is an easy color compared to most of the standard colors.
Because I'm an idiot and don't have a compressor, pretty much a spray can is the best option for me. But if I wanted to get a full can of this, could I do it? If I wanted to actually paint it myself, get a gun, all that kind of stuff?
Yep, with this label, we'll just remix this, and it has a formula, so once you use this, it will always stick to this color.
So if I'm happy with this color, I don't even have to do anything other than say, hey, give me number XYZ2.
Yep.
You guys can make up a large batch.
Yep.
I can come get that and then
we can
continue
give you all the products associated.
So if I wanted to
with
paint my trunk, which is really, really bad, it's got some kind of grease splotches on it, so I could do that. At some point, if I figure out, hey, this is going to work out, I'm going to save this color, make it look good, that'll work.
Yeah, we can walk you through the process on how painting your trunk to the best of your ability, how to prep it out, which products are associated with your clear coat, your reducers, the right temperatures. Yeah, we can do you with the whole package.
So yeah, like anything from a small can to maybe a whole gallon if I wanted to.
Yeah, we can do down to like quarter pint. If you only need a little bit that you want to have separate in a touch-up bottle, we can do that for you as well.
Perfect. So the other question I have is, this is something for me, but what other services do you guys offer here?
We have a full line to do just about anything you need us to do. We help the little guy if you're only going to buy from us one time ever, or if you have a fleet shop, a body shop, collision shop. We do a lot with car lots, even detail shops. We can do the smallest job all the way up to the biggest job.
Cool. So like for one small little project like that, it's not a pain in the butt for you guys?
Absolutely not. We will take care of you, and we will treat you as if you was one of our largest customers.
See, that's what I like, because some places you're afraid to go in because it's more corporate and they're just not ready to do this.
Yeah.
How did you guys get started?
Me and a buddy went to high school together and actually painted cars in vocational school, and we've been together ever since. We both kind of went separate ways for a while, and I had a corporate job and he's always worked for body shops. I was in sales and marketing stuff, and kind of just got tired of corporate life, and we put our heads together and came up with this, and it's been doing really well.
So you guys are car guys, and you guys are car paint guys.
Yes, we have old cars.
Not just out there just trying to make a quick buck.
We love the industry. I have motorcycles, I have cars. My partner has multiple cars. He has a lowrider. We love it.
Cool. And then so this is like the shop, and you guys can do pretty much anything you want in here. Do you guys do any paint services?
No, we don't offer any paint services, but we have the knowledge to help you with anything as far as if you're doing it yourself, or if you're a big shop and one of your painters is having an issue, we can come in and help them with the technical advice.
So if I need like paint and tape and paper to wrap and sanding, anything like that, you guys, gloves even, you guys cover all that stuff?
We have everything.
That's cool.
Yep.
A one-stop shop.
Yes, sir. We are a one-stop shop, and if you ask for something we don't have, we'll look it over, and we more than likely next time you come in, it will be sitting on the shelf. Cool.
Now I have a question. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. You guys are pretty much at the other end of town from me, but can anybody come to you to get their color matched?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's
cool. We do have a delivery service we offer during the week, so we do drop off at homes if needed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool. Because my car was here, I was able to drive it in and you were able to scan it.
Yes.
But what if somebody is wanting to do the same thing and maybe they're not in Ohio?
As long as we have a piece to work with that's 3 inches by 4 inches, we can come up with a color and a solution.
So like taking a picture with their phone's not going to help?
No, Sometimes we can get a chip that's close, but your phone cannot mimic the color the same.
Yeah.
It will be night and day.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool. So that's neat. But it's, if somebody needed, say, stock paint,
Yeah, we have
you could
capabilities.
do that. You could ship it to them if they were out of state, something like that.
Yeah, we have capabilities going back, I think, to the early 20s as far as colors.
1920s.
Yeah.
Not the 2020s.
Yeah.
Well, you're a young man, so I wasn't sure if.
No, we've been
if
doing
you
it a long
remember
time.
that.
I've made paint for tractors. Just about anything as old as you can think, I've made paint for it.
So you could be a one-stop shop for anybody, even if they're not in Central Ohio.
Yes.
That's cool.
We actually have guys that come from other states just because they say they get good enough deals here.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, and again, thank you very much for opening up. I know this was your day off, but I kind of wanted to get in here and see how it works and let other people know, because they may not know how
Yeah.
any of these things work either.
We're here to help everybody. Like I said, even if you're only gonna buy me for one time ever, you know, we're all about the experience, and we want to be here to help you through the process. We're not, you know, thinking that you're only going to spend ton of money with me one time, because you're going to go and tell a couple people, and then we're able to help them. So it's a relationship that we like to keep going with everybody.
Cool. That is awesome. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I guess the only thing now is I have to go and test this out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see how well it works. So huge thanks to Kevin at PBE Pros. He really hooked me up. Being able to match this color and get it done for me in just a short amount of time. I think it was like 25 minutes that I was there, and he got it hooked up, and hopefully it matches. I mean, it's a, with this paint job, it's kind of a crapshoot. I mean, it really is, because even he pointed out that whoever painted this did not do a great job. There's a lot of orange peel on this paint. There's a lot of splotchiness in the paint, he mentioned. So hopefully he got a good sample and this will work out. If not, we can always try and say, hey, maybe let's lighten this up, let's darken it up, whatever. But this is the kind of thing that I think will really help. You know, part of me is like, I want something to look really good. I'm one of those kind of people. It's just the nature of things. I mean, people are looking at your car, they're coming to check it out. You want them to see something as nice as you can possibly have. And I'm one of those people. I just, you know, just driving an old rust bucket is not always my thing. I like it to look as good as possible. Even if I've got a crappy thing, I want it to at least be clean. So one of the things that he gave me is these little sort of like small Q-tip things. He's like, what you can do on the little tiny spots that I showed. Here, let's take a look. On the little spots like this, he says the best thing to do is not to spray it, but to use this to sort of spray the paint down in, dab it in, and touch it up. Because you're going to get a little bit of a higher level there, and you're not going to end up with the dip that you're going to get from these little chips. Now, when it comes to a spot like this, or maybe a spot like here, where you can see where the paint is chipped away, I can tape that off, get it all nice and clean. He said I really don't even need to use a primer, but that I can just spray that spot and feather it out and hopefully get a nice, good, clean look. But you know, there's all these little things that I need to take care of. And you know, I just want it to look as good as possible. Now, when it comes to something like this that's on the back, I'm going to pretty much need to spray something like that. But for now, at least I can get it looking as good as possible with this paint. And I won't necessarily have to paint the entire car, right? Okay, what I'm going to do a little soapy water clean on some of these spots. And then I will do a degreaser and see if I can touch up just these spots just to see how well it matches. Don't want to use a lot of degreaser because this paint probably couldn't handle a whole lot. As you can kind of see a little bit, some of the paint comes off with the degreaser, so that's kind of what I'm dealing with here. Okay, so I've identified a few spots. There's one here, here, two there, and one right there. And you can actually see, look how that paint is not even shiny at that spot, and that's been with it thoroughly cleaned. And then there's a little tiny one there. So I'm going to see if I can touch those up and see what it looks like. Okay, so I've got a little tiny cup that I'm going to use. I'm going to spray the paint down into here so that I can dab this into that and put it on. Now, one of the things that Kevin suggested is do it quickly. Basically said that when you spray the paint, it starts to separate really quickly. He's like, especially like there's a little bit of black in this. He's like, the black likes to come to the top, and that can mess up my color, of course. So I'm going to try to spray it quickly, keep it going with this, and dab, 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 dab. Hopefully I can get as much on here without making a mess or creating more problems for myself, and still have a good consistent color. So let's give it a try. Be a good idea not to rest my hand against the car, because I may touch one of my spots. Now the problem is these little nicks are lower than the level of paint, so I'm not sure how well it's going to look close up, but it's better than the white that was showing through, right? And hopefully each little dab I can give it will raise up the level. The color really looks good. Alright, all I can do now, I guess, is let this dry and then take a look. Alright, so I'm going to try this spot here. I've started sanding a little bit, but I'm going to do, I think this is 300, 600, 2000, 2500, then 3000. And then do those with wet and see if I can get this nice and smooth. And give it a quick shot with some primer and see what happens. Okay, I got it nice and smooth. Now I'm going to tape it off and see what I can do with some primer. Just a light dusting. Let's see how it goes. Okay, 2 coats of primer on there. Now I'm going to do a little bit of wet sanding to smooth that out a bit. I know I should be using some kind of block, but this is really just sort of a test for me. And it's in a pretty conspicuous spot. But it's all a learning experience. One coat. I'm going to let that sit up for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to do 3 or 4. Coat number 2. I can see I'm going to have a little bit of a problem. There is the dip. I don't think I sanded it enough. Even though it felt very smooth, it was obviously not very smooth. But again, it was a test run. Just kind of want to see how it turns out. Third and final coat. Good to go. Like I said, you can still see the outline there, but again, test run, see how it goes. Everything went fairly smooth. Hopefully I don't take any paint off. But I'll let this dry. Maybe tomorrow give it some clear coat. Not sure if you can tell, but that color is really good. Alright, so here it is the next day. It is slightly rough, but again, I'm going to try to do a wet 3000 on here and see if I can smooth it out just a little bit. Don't want to take any paint off, of course, but see if that smooths it out a little. Okay, now I'm going to try the 2K high gloss clear coat. It's expensive stuff. Shoot that on a little bit, see how it looks. The paint is matching fine. I'm just a little concerned about bringing the shine back, and I think this will do it, so let's give that a try. It's definitely a little shinier. So it looks pretty good. Like I said, you can still see it, but she's much shinier now. So a guy comes up to me the other day and he says, "I've watched your YouTube videos. You are terrible. You should not be on YouTube. You have no idea what you're doing." And I said, "You watch my videos?" Anyway, I messed up, fam. I shot the clear on here and I thought I'd be cute and spray a little bit farther along the top rail of the door, and I got it all overspray all down the side of the door, and I don't know what to do. See, I got it up here, and here's where my tape stops. Here's where the overspray came down. And I didn't know it at the time. You can't really see it real bad until you look at the side. You can see where it's kind of hazy right there. And the up top looks pretty good. But now I'm kind of stuck. I think I might need to spray the clear on the whole door. At least maybe down to this line. Like down to here. Because that just looks terrible and I can't buff it out. I did try to buff it out a little bit. I used a couple of pads that I've got lying around and it does not come off. I mean, that clear is like stuck on there. So I don't know what I can do other than spray the rest of the door. It probably wasn't a good idea to just do a little section like that. So I'm going to sand it down gently to give the clear something to grab onto, and I'm going to shoot the whole door, block off the sides of each door so I don't get any overspray there, and hopefully that will look good. Hopefully it's not the nicest looking part of the car because it's going to have the most clear coat on it. Okay, so I've got it masked off, not very professionally, but again, I'm not shooting paint, I'm shooting clear. So I'm going to give this a try. Well, at least now you can see why I should not be painting cars. Went to fix one little tiny thing, clear coated an entire door. Because I've clear coated this side, just for fun, I'm going to do a cut and buff on this side. I'm using an ultra cut compound. You can see it's actually the highest one you can use. And I'm just going to see if I can make any kind of difference, and we'll compare both sides, and I want to see if any paint comes off. But I just kind of wanted to test this out a little bit. I think I might actually go down here where you can't see it. Alright, so I've got sort of this side done, and I'll leave this side blank. We'll just see how much better it might look. Now I'm going to try an ultra polish finish, see if that does anything. I really cannot tell the difference. I don't know if maybe I didn't cut it deep enough, but I'm really not seeing a massive change. You can kind of see there's actually maybe a haze here that I didn't get off. Yeah. But again, I have no idea what I'm doing, so just doing a little bit of wet sanding with the 5000 just to get some of that haze off of there. And a little bit of polish. Alright, by no means is it perfect. It's different. But I've got a lot of my little spots taken care of, and you know, like I said, obviously this is not something I should be doing. I can bolt it on, but I can't always make it look good. So what are my plans for this? I was hoping to have it in time for the video, but I don't. So that's coming up next. I'm going to test something out. It's the only thing I can think of to help all these really big sun-faded spots on the roof, the trunk, and the hood. So more to come on that. Like I said, this is not something I should be doing, but I had to try. I did not tackle this spot down here because that's a lot. I'm gonna have to take off this piece, you know, and sand and sand and sand, because I did not sand the piece up there very well. Because I did not sand the piece up at the top that I was hoping to fix, that one little spot that required me to clear coat the whole door. So yeah, that is something maybe I'll try to tackle after I learn a little bit more. I'm going to do a lot more studying on some videos, buy some better supplies, painting supplies, because I tried to tackle this on my own with cardboard and painter's tape. So that's going to do it for this video. Like it if you got anything out of it. Comment down below, let me know all of the ways that I totally messed up, because there were many. I know that. Subscribe if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it. Helps me build the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will catch you next time as I mess more stuff up. Thanks a lot.